Intro. What shall I say? The way Mom toted around that magazine with my photo inside, you'd have thought I was Woman of the Year. I don't blame Sadie. Wasn't every day that a colored face, let alone her only child, appeared in time. I was proud, too, till I read what that two-bit critic wrote. Called me roly-poly, said I wouldn't diet, was stuck on my own voice, and cared for tunes but not the words. What did he know about my taste in food or music? I never even talked to the cat, but he better not cross my path. If he dares, he'll get a mouthful. Hear just how I got to Harlem and became Lady Day. Oh, the tales I'd tell. Why was I born? Because Sadie had one day off a week from her job as a live-in maid and crammed as many thrills as she could into the few hours she called her own. Because teenagers flocked to the carnival in July for rides, cotton candy, and sideshows. Because Clarence had rested his banjo for the evening, hoping to sneak a peek under the tent during the burlesque show. Because he and Sadie bumped into each other at the hot dog stand and shimmied all night long in the sultry summer air. Because Clarence whispered in Sadie's ear, sweet-talked his way right up her skirt. Because that one time was all it took for two dumb kids to make a baby. Because Sadie went to Philly with full belly to keep from shaming her Baltimore kin. Because I could not wait a minute longer to burst on the scene. And 2:30 a.m., April 7th, 1915, was as good a time as any to gasp my first breath, cry my first chord. 'Cause I no more chose my folks than chose my name. Eleonora. Love me or leave me. I was 2 weeks old when Mom sent for her daddy's folks, the same ones who shut the door on her as a child when her daddy got a girl from the wrong side of the tracks in trouble. Mom knew they wanted no part of her, but she hoped they'd take me off her hands. She couldn't be a live-in maid and nurse a child. She turned to her half-sister Eva, betting that blood was thicker than shame. But Eva had just wed and didn't want a crying baby spoiling her honeymoon. So Aunt Eva's new husband rode up to Philly and carried me to Baltimore. Baby in tow, he showed up like a stray dog on his mama's doorstep. Miss Martha took me in and cared for me, just as she had other neighborhood kids down on their luck and without a home. I came to call her Grandma Martha. My first impression of you. Tall, dark, and dashing, distant relative passing through with empty pockets and promises. You pinched my cheeks and bounced me on your knee, but music was your sweetie pie. You were the envelopes Mom kissed, the letters she read over and over, and the dollar bills she tucked in her bra. You were the one she blamed when rent was due and I needed new shoes, the thief who stole her heart and her youth. A happy-go-lucky, banjo-playing, whiskey-swigging papa, gone in the blink of an eye. How could you? How could you pack your banjo and big band wishes and run to New York, leaving Mom to care for me as best she could alone without a cent from you? What kind of father would do that, Clarence Holliday? Not that you ever came around much, even before you left. 1, 2, button your shoe. When I was 5, I wore high-top shoes rather than heels, cotton frocks rather than furs, and white bows instead of gardenias. Missa cantata, sung mass. In Sadie's house, there was none of that Bible-thumping, hand-clapping, holy-rolling kind of religion. We were staunch Catholics who lit candles before saints, ate fish on Fridays, and had the priest over for Sunday lunch. At St. Francis Xavier, the oldest Black Catholic church in all of the United States, I was baptized with holy water. Between Latin chants, I kneeled while Mom prayed Hail Marys. I knew how to cross myself before I could tie my shoes. Left alone. Soon as I got used to having Mom around, she was gone again. She left town more times than I can count, each time leaving me in different hands. Grandma Martha, Aunt Eva, Miss Vi, and Miss Lou did their best by me, but they had troubles too. Mostly, I was on my own.